Mm. Okay. We in here. We in here, man. We in here, dog. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, family? If you in here, I appreciate you. Sorry I didn't start on time, you know what I mean? But it's really this live really ain't even gonna be that long, you know what I mean? But it's just so much, you know what I mean, that was out here that I saw that I really wanted to talk with y'all about, you know. I really wanted to talk with y'all about. So before I even get into that, how y'all feeling, man? Before I even get into it. Y'all chilling? Y'all chilling? Make sure y'all smack a like when y'all come through, you know. But yeah, there were just some stories, man, that I just absolutely wanted to kind of talk about and get into and all of that, man. First of all, make sure that y'all can hear me, right? Like I'm not just talking to myself. Put in the chat, y'all can hear me. I'm assuming that you can. I'm assuming that you can. But yeah, man. So first things first, right? Um, this brick lady. All right. I did I make. I think I did. I think I did make a video about this chick a while ago, right? And basically, she had come on social media and said that these dudes threw a brick at her, right? She came online, she had this face all busted up, right? She said a bunch of dudes just stood around, didn't do nothing, right? She said a dude hit her in the face with a brick, right? She had to go to the hospital, all that bullshit, right? She set up a GoFundMe, right? And I think it was over like $40,000 that she had people donate to her, okay? And this whole shit. Well, I'm going to bring up something for y'all because clearly y'all need to see this. So, about to full screen this joint. Where am I? Here I am. All right, so clearly y'all have to see like what the hell is actually going on here. So, Houston brick lady, all right, sentenced in the GoFundMe theft case. All right. Her name, for those that know or don't know, her name was Rhoda Osmond. Okay, but here's video.
Few top stories that we're looking at. GoFundMe schemers found guilty tonight. Car crashes into a vet clinic in Montgomery County and fire scorches land in Galveston Island. That's some of the top stories tonight. Let's start with the GoFundMe scheme story.
Yeah, let's start with that.
Remember Rhoda Osmond?
I do.
We talked about her a few times for the last couple of years. In 2023, she was known as the Brick Lady online. She made claims that a man threw a brick at her head outside of a bar in West Houston because she didn't give him her phone number.
Right.
Well, she went on to collect $42,000 through a GoFundMe campaign she started after that. Well, a Harris County jury found her guilty of theft. She has to spend 90 days in jail, 10 years probation. She has to pay restitution, 10 years of no social media, which is big for her brand.
No, we're not going to go to the second story. We're not going to go to the second story. We're going to exit out of that. So, all right, just so that y'all are real quick caught up. Like I said, I think I did a video on this whole situation a while ago, but basically that's the story in a nutshell, right? She came up online lying about something being done to her, right? But the reason why it went so for what happened to her, okay? And she had basically came out and said that black men don't do this, black men don't do that. And it caused a firestorm on Twitter and all over the internet, all up and down these YouTube streets. And, it went crazy, right? So let me read it. So in 2023, Rhoda became known as the Brick Lady after claiming that a man hit her in the head with a brick because she wouldn't give him her phone number. She went on to collect 42 G's through a GoFundMe campaign on Wednesday. A jury found her guilty of theft. She was sentenced to 10 years probation. So this is the lady, man. Rhoda freaking Osmond. All right. Please tell me y'all remember her, man, because I feel like y'all maybe remember her, but y'all not saying that y'all do. Please tell me that y'all remember her. Please tell me. You're not going to get in trouble, I promise. She can't do nothing to me. She arrested. But, yeah, so according to the court, right, she said that on September 3rd, 2023, okay, she was walking when an unknown dude hit her in the face with a brick after she didn't want to give the guy her number. However, and this is key, y'all, authorities said that surveillance video showed her getting into a verbal and physical altercation with a dude, okay? According to court documents, she hit this dude in the face with something. They don't know what it was. And then he hit her back in the face with what appeared to be a water bottle, okay? It was not a brick. It was not a brick. It was a water bottle. Now, she shared that the incident well, she shared what happened on social media, and she collected $42,000 through her GoFundMe account, right? But the cops said it happened under a false claim of her being assaulted for refusing to share her phone number. So, yeah, man, that's what happened. All right, that's what happened. And this whole thing went on for a while. There was a lot of think pieces about this. There was a lot of, commentary around, black men and this, that, and the third. Now, from what I understand, she is uh Somalian or something like that, or she's not like, US based, right? Yes, she's, from Houston, but I don't think like her nationality or whatever the fuck is from here. Right? Now, why is that important? It's important because this whole situation also caused, somewhat of a diaspora war among black people in the US and black men, overseas or whatever the case may be. And it was a big thing. It was a real big deal. But I'm just glad that, homegirl is reaping a little bit of this, man, because you can't get up on here and start lying about shit, about you getting, hands put on you, or, a fucking brick was fucking, was thrown at you, right? I mean, like, she really like went all out for it. And this is what scammers do, right? Scammers like to, you know, go all out with their lies, right? So here's like some images, right? So this is kind of what happened, right? So if you see, I'm about to pull it up full screen. So if you see right here, right? This is Rhoda, and this was apparently what happened when somebody knocked her upside the head with a brick. Okay. But some people were saying that this might actually be like some sort of allergic reaction. You know what I'm saying? That it's not actually her getting, like, it's not actually a brick. Because here's the thing, right? I know it's a little blurry, like you can't really see, but like right here, if somebody hit you in the face with a brick, right? I feel like your shit would be a lot more scratched up. I don't think it would be all bubbly like this, right? I feel like if somebody hit you hard with a brick, like, I feel like your shit would be bleeding. You feel me? Like, this is more lumpy. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm no doctor. But, she really sold this. That's really the point I'm trying to make. So then here is the fundraiser, right? Let me go on the page. Here's the fundraiser, right? Help Rhoda recover. Okay. Now she had a goal of 25 G's, right? Over 1,000 people donated to this thing. And it was a dead ass lie. It was a bold faced lie. None of this shit was true. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, so the case had generated so much publicity that when Rhoda was first charged in 2024, right? I guess the person that she was accusing came forward to say his side of the story, right? And he said that he received death threats for a crime he didn't commit. So he says it was the hardest thing to do to not say anything when the whole world is saying something about you. It caused people who I thought really knew me to kind of betray me. So he's talking about Olin Douglas. Olin Douglas. That's the guy that she accused of hitting her. So let me see. Hold up. Yeah. Yeah. A water bottle did that much to her face from what she said. Okay. Now it's not true. Okay. So we need to get it out the way right now. Like, it ain't true. All right. It definitely didn't happen. And that's what this whole case was about. But I'm surprised you didn't hear about this story. It blew up. Like it was all over the fucking. It was all over the internet. But okay, I like this article because it definitely has a lot more information on it. Oh, it's from London. All right, well that makes sense. Because I'm like the U.S. shit, it doesn't really tell me much. But okay, so this guy, they said he was getting death threats. Now, September 3rd, 2023. All right, a call was made to the cops about aggravated assault outside a club in Houston. Right, the cops came. They found an intoxicated, hostile, and irate Rhoda who was with her friend. Now, where's the friend in all of this? Right, where's this friend at? All right, because clearly you saw her and you saw all of this take place and she was never touched. So where is this friend at? Now, after the incident, she went live on Instagram talking about being hit with a brick, right? When the detective tried to contact her, they discovered that the number she had provided belonged to her friend, right? The friend said that she and Rhoda had gone to several clubs on the night in question and they had a lot to drink. So that's the first red flag. Now, after visiting the last club, they got into the car when the friend heard Osmond say, "Ouch, why did you hit me?" Right? Now, after talking with the friend, the cops called Rhoda. She said the man hit her in the face with a brick and did her own investigation to find his identity. Right? That's interesting. However, when the police reviewed the footage, they saw her friend, and Douglas, the guy, enter the club together before leaving 20 minutes later. So they went to the club together. Okay. Now, the three of them entered the car but got out a few minutes later. The video then showed Rhoda and the guy in the middle of a verbal argument before she swung her right hand while holding an unknown object. Interesting. He then responded by swinging his right hand while holding a plastic water bottle, striking her in the face. So here's the thing, right? She hit him first. Okay. Now, with what, we don't know. But then he basically defended himself and hit her back. Okay. God damn, I can't get this. All right. After she went live on Instagram, a friend created a GoFundMe page on her behalf. About 42 G's was raised. She says she was attacked by a black man when she refused to give her phone number. During the trial, bank records revealed that all the donated money had been spent. The prosecutor stated that the documents revealed she spent money on restaurants, spas, ride shares, so like Ubers, Lyfts, things like that, and trips to Jamaica and New York. Oh my God. This chick was just balling. She was balling on a freaking, not on a budget. She was balling on your budget. Okay? She was balling on your money. She done created this whole commotion, this whole wave of hatred towards black men, right? Had all of y'all donate to her only for her to take y'all's sympathy money and go to restaurants, high-end restaurants, I'm sure, because I'm sure she wasn't going to McDonald's or Wendy's, right? She went to the spa, right? She was getting some happy endings, right? Ride shares, Lyfts, Ubers all over town, and trips to Jamaica and New York. That is tough.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Craziness, y'all. Can y'all believe this? Can y'all believe this? I can't. I absolutely cannot believe this shit. I mean, I can, but, Now, it was unclear what happened to Rhoda's face, but said the leading theory is she hit her head on the car door frame Wow. So it had nothing to do with the brick. It had nothing to do with the water bottle. Wow. Now, she was taken into custody to begin serving her 90-day sentence. She was also given a $50,000 appeal bond, and if posted, the probation sentence and conditions would be suspended until that process was complete. I mean, I don't know. What happened. The friend she may have had some dealings with the money too, right? I'm sure the money, there was enough money to go around. That's 42 G's, 42 stacks right there. So I'm sure she probably spent a couple of the days, but she wasn't the one that did the lying, right? She wasn't the one that lied to basically all of the world, So listen, man, shout out to London News Network. This was a great article because some of the stuff in here I didn't even realize. I didn't even know. But yeah, man, this is the face, y'all. This is the face of a liar. This is the face of somebody who just, I don't know what her end goal was. I mean, obviously, she wanted to get paid. She wanted to get some money. But like to do it in this way, and apparently this was not the first time that she's run a damn scam like this. It wasn't the first time. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can pull her. Let me see. I don't even know if it'll go back. Hold on, let me see if it'll go back that far. I don't think it'll go back that far. I don't know exactly what to put. But yeah, regardless, okay, like this is not her first time dealing with, with scamming and stuff like that. But it's just crazy that people would just fall for it. But anyway, we off that. The next story, right? The next story that I wanted to talk about was this TikTok teacher, all right, by the name of Adriana Williams. She was messing around with a student and she ended up, getting caught for it. But here's the thing. Not only did she get caught for it, she ended up having to, well, she was offered 2 plea deals, right? She was offered 2 plea deals, right? It was going to be probation and like a little bit of jail time or whatever. And she declined both of them, right? She declined both of the plea deals and decided to go to trial. Well, y'all, what would you say if I told you that she got found not guilty? And it's not even like it took maybe 3 days for the entire trial and an hour and some change for them to deliberate. But so let me just read you the article, right? I'm gonna read you the article. Or matter of fact, before I even do that, let me zoom this in. Cause y'all gotta see this shit. Y'all have to see this shit. It's crazy.
I never should have started using Opus Clip. All I do is take the link, I drop the link, I get the.
Well, the former Monroe Comprehensive High School teacher accused of sexual contact with a student in 2023 is leaving her fate in the hands of a jury. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carla Heath Sands.
And I'm Brittany Blake. Adriana Cobb Williams was in a Dougherty County courtroom today. The former teacher is facing 2 counts of first-degree sexual contact by a school employee or agent.
Now, WAOB News 10's Mackenzie Petrie joins us live now. You were also in the courtroom today, Mackenzie, as the defense and state selected a jury. Where does that case stand right now?
Carla. Brittany, today began with more than 50 jurors in the pool, but it ended with that final jury of 12. But it's important to note that while this case is going to trial, the defendant, Adriana Cobb Williams, was given 2 plea deals today that she declined. Now, before jury selection began this morning around 9:30, the state offered the defendant a plea deal of 10 years total with 0 to 36 months to be served in confinement. The rest of the time would be served on probation. But as you just heard a few moments ago, the defendant declined that offer, resulting in jury selection beginning. Once the jury was brought in, the state and defense asked a plethora of questions, including if they know the defendant, her family, or anyone else involved in the case. They also asked difficult questions about prior convictions of themselves or family members, sexual assault, and most importantly, if they're able to deliver a fair and unbiased opinion in the case. The second plea deal of 10 years with 10 years total with 24 months to be served in confinement was offered immediately after lunch. It was also declined. Now, many of you at home may know Cobb Williams from a viral back-to-school rap video her and a previous coworker made while employed at Monroe Comprehensive High School. But as for where the case stands right now, the jury is selected and the trial is expected to begin tomorrow morning at 9. As always, make sure you...
All right, so there's that, right? Let me get up out of here, right? So there's that. So here it is, right? She declined the 2 plea deals. Okay. She declined the 2 plea deals. Now, she was found not guilty. Okay. And I'm gonna pull that up too. Okay. Absolutely fucking crazy. So I found this on the Shade Room. Man, oh man, oh man, bro. So Adriana Cobb Williams, all right, you already know who she is, right? Cheer coach. She was found not guilty 2 years after being charged with assault on a student by the name of Jaquan Maddox. All right. Her trial began on October 29th, so that was a few days ago. She was facing 2 counts of first-degree sexual contact by a school employee or agent, along with 10 years in prison for each count. Right? She was offered 2 plea deals. However, she declined both of them. By the end of the trial's first day, 1 count of sexual contact was dismissed on the defense's and the judge's agreement that the count had no legal basis. On that day, the defense reportedly made Maddox admit to attempting to extort a $1,000 weekly payment from Cobb Williams if she wanted all of this to go away. So that right there, you know, it doesn't make no sense to me, right? Because here's the thing. He would have nothing, this kid would have nothing to, you know, like, what's the word I'm looking for? This kid would have nothing to extort you for if nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Because apparently this dude wanted like $50,000 or some shit, and he wanted the payments every week. Very interesting. So anyway, on October 30th, jurors then heard conflicting audio from Maddox. In one instance, he reportedly denied that he and Adriana had sex. However, in the second audio, he alleged that he had sex and oral. Meanwhile, an audio shared of Adriana, she was heard admitting that she and Maddox had feelings for each other. This is the fucking sentence. She was heard admitting to the fact that she and this kid had feelings for each other. Someone please fucking explain to me, like, how does this happen? However, she said that they never became sexual. Well, how the fuck we know that? Now, on Friday, okay, it's Monday, right? On Friday, October 31st, Adriana took the stand, right? Jurors deliberated for a little over an hour, and they said that she was not guilty. Now, she says, I feel blessed and favored, right? Told reporters outside the courthouse, when I get on that stand, I told the truth. And I know when I got on the stand, I told the truth. And I know when they came back in, it made me feel so good. Blah, blah, blah. Right? So here's the thing. If y'all follow me on TikTok, okay, I already said. So I made a video. The shit hit like 1 million views. All right, I made the shit. I want to say yesterday, day before, and it went crazy. Right, it had well over 1 million views, and I absolutely don't understand still. Right, I've still not gotten a legitimate answer as to how an adult, right? She was in her 30s at the time. All right, the kid was like 17. There's a literal picture out there floating around of her kissing this boy. She already admitted that she had feelings for him. God only knows what the hell else they did. Now, they gave her a verdict of not guilty, but see, this is a perfect example of it's not what you know, it's what you can prove in court. Now, Nick at Night, right? Shout out to her. She said, why is she kissing students? Nasty, and the jury is cray-cray for not holding her accountable at all. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to you, Nick at Night, because you the only one with some fucking sense. Because clearly whoever the fuck is in that jury don't have no sense whatsoever. None. Absolutely no sense. Like, I'm going to try to see if I can find the clip of her coming out the courtroom. All right, because clearly this shit. Let me see something. Let me see. Because the shit was ridiculous, man. She was coming out the courtroom and her family was just like so fuck. I mean, they were like cheering, and I'm like, yo, like, did we watch the same thing? I'm confused. Where the hell is it? Let me see. Like her family is also weird. Like, dog, do y'all know what the fuck she was on trial for? Like, what the hell is we talking about? Like, did y'all hear about that? Like, did y'all hear about that? Hear about this whole story? Because it's absolutely crazy. Let me see. Not guilty. Here, I'm gonna just go to mine. All right, so I'm pulling up my TikTok, right? Because I can't find the actual video. So, here's where here's where her family, right? She's coming out the courtroom, and her family is like ecstatic. So here's my story, right? As you can see, over 90,000 likes on this joint. All right. Clearly I was, speaking some facts up in this bitch. But here's the whole thing. Let me turn the volume up. It's a little loud. Let me turn it up here. Here you go. She walking out. All right. So there, you saw it, okay? She was literally on trial for finagling a kid, and y'all are out here cheering? That's crazy. That's insane. I can't, man. That's it. But I'm gonna try to get back on live maybe tomorrow. All right. Like I said, it was gonna be a real short. But I gotta go. Peace out.